Welcome to East Williamsburg. We are here at the Taiwanese American bakery, Wenwen Bakery. We're gonna eat one of everything on the menu. Joining us today is Chef Eric Sze, who is the chef of two fantabulous Taiwanese restaurants, Wenwen and 886. He's a perfect person to eat all of this food with today. Thanks for joining me, Eric.
It's my pleasure. I always knew you needed me.
We're at a Taiwanese American bakery, Wenwen, which we are not strangers to. It's pastry and breakfast forward, but they are all day. So there's lunch and there are plenty of things to eat for dinner as well. The rules are, first thing, we must eat everything on the menu. Second, we should only take one perfect bite of everything. It's up to us how we want to curate this experience. First thing I think we do is pastries, and then the savory breakfast items with a little bit of soy milk, and then small bite salads into the lunchies things, fried chicken towards the end.
So it's essentially like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner combined into one setting.
There's a lot of pastries in the pastry case today, so let's do proper pastries first, and then the confectionaries afterwards.
Let's do it.
We're drinking God-fearing American drip black coffee. Cheers. I'll tell you what I'm most excited about. Mochi donut.
Essentially, they use glutinous rice flour, which has a lot of amylose pectin, right?
Yep.
Spongy.
It's salty, it's sweet. They make them fresh every day. If you can catch it when it's warm, this is one of the best things in New York City. We're starting off very, very strong.
You're not gonna get this texture in any other thing on the menu.
So this is a cake donut. See how timid and gentle I am?
Dude, I thought you said you were hungry.
It's really good. It tastes like furu. Fermented tofu is because there's a red type of fermented tofu often used for marinades that's a little bit savory, but naturally there is those savory notes.
It's very classic Shanghainese, Fujianese dessert pairing kind of flavor profiles there.
Laminated bolo bao. Bolo in Cantonese or in Chinese means pineapple, but it's got nothing to do with pineapple. It just looks a bit like the skin of a pineapple. But the bottom is basically, it's a laminated dough, very croissant or queen amande-like. So we're expecting it to be nice and light and fluffy. So good, so buttery.
It's way airier than a croissant. Everything good about a queen amande, where it's sweet and caramelized and airy in the middle, this jacks it up to another level. I wanted the chocolate one.
Do you think this one has chocolate in the middle?
No.
Oh. So this is their take on Kano chocolate.
One bite.
Delicious. So good.
I prefer the chocolate one actually. Normally I'm a purist,
Yeah.
but I think the chocolate one wins it for me. Running a bakery is very hard. Sometimes you don't sell all the croissants you want. So what do they do?
Split them up, put filling into it, bake it a second time, twice baked. All your almond croissants are made that way. This is peanut butter and chocolate.
Goodness gracious.
Salty peanut butter.
This is like a Reese's
In our
cup
shirts.
in a croissant. Loose in
Chopped
it.
peanuts over
Yeah.
the top. I mean, first of all, it's beautiful to look at, and Jesus.
Alright, your rules.
Almond, red bean, twice baked bolo bao. Delicious. So good.
I'm gonna call it. This round, for me, the Reese's Cups chocolate croissant.
I know.
It shouldn't
It's so
be this
good. I came into this shoot thinking that the mochi donut was going to be still forever the best thing they've ever gonna do. But they've been doing this for the last 4 years. And this remix, it's ooey, it's gooey, it's so good with coffee. He said it was a recent creation.
Where's this guy? This needs to be on the menu every single day. If I come next week, it's not on the menu,
Riots.
I will be upset.
Now we're on to confections, round 2. And we also have some cocktails. What you got?
I have the classic espresso martini.
And I have michelada. This is really nice,
That's delicious.
spicy, sour.
Custard toast.
Brulee over the top. Looks like a deep malty brown toast on the side. Salty, buttery. The custard starts to split as it's being bruleed, so you get all that butter in there. Nice.
And if you get the right bite, there's a slight crisp on the brulee top. So it's like lightly crispy, creamy, and then spongy.
Chocolate chip cookie with toffee. One of the cool things about this is they bake the toffee directly on the top. So as it bakes,
Dude, I'm a sucker for chewy chocolate chip cookies. The toffiness gives it that really pungent sweetness, and the chocolate kind of brings it down, and the salt just brings it over to the next level, you know?
Yeah.
I love it.
Red date cake, I think is also a reference to the Chinese Hong Dao Gao, which you see a lot in Taiwan and all different places. Red dates, like big goji berries, honey malty in the middle.
It's
in the
like
pan
a
before you eat
banana
it.
bread made with dates and an olive oil cake.
Yeah.
Kind of all came together.
With this sticky, beautiful glaze over the top. Good stuff. I like. Sun cookie. It reminds me of like a palmier, so like the butterfly one. Lemonade on the side.
But it comes in waves, the flavor. You get the butter, and then you get the pine nuts, and then you get the sugar.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you're taking another bite.
Oh gosh. Pastry section, really hard not to take a second bite.
Banana tart,
Banana with
whipped cream.
malted whipped cream over the top. That's
You got
so good.
You got cream all over you. There's so much more cream than there is banana, but it's because the banana is so pungent and strong. This is a well-calculated balance of sweet and creamy. Niangao is a traditional, it can be both sweet and savory actually, made with glutinous rice, again,
Yeah.
amylose pectin. Big guy, big words, me. It seems like this is a fig tart Niangao sort of inspiration.
And the fig is baked into the tart and not just on top.
This definitely tastes more like a mochi to me than a Niangao.
Glutinous rice is a big thing in a lot of Taiwanese cooking.
Yeah.
And Taiwanese desserts. So it makes sense that it's in the mochi donut. It's here. This round, for me, I love that red date cake. I think it's so special.
I can see that. It is special. I have to give it to the banana tart. It's the perfect dessert for me.
Round 3.
These are breakfast sandwiches, but all made with scallion pancakes.
Scallion pancakes and raclette are the two things that unite them. They make
Raclette's the big like
big wheel
round-
cheese, TikTok cheese.
Somebody was on Instagram in 2019. A lot of times when you have scallion pancakes that are bad, it's because it's under-rested and the gluten content hasn't had the time to develop. A key factor in determining whether or not it's well rested is you see where it curves, it does not flake.
Oh, because the gluten strands are long enough to wrap around
Exactly.
the edge of the...
So this is when you know it's going to be tender and chewy.
All of these are variations on the theme. We have the plain,
Egg and cheese.
thin, entry level, not too much other stuff going on.
Lucas is finally rising to my level. Roughly same size bites now. That is the benchmark. Every single sandwich is built off of that one.
Yes. This is
Jiu cai.
hezi, which is glass noodles and chives. This sauce is a version of Raisin Cane's dipping sauce. It's a furu, or fermented tofu laced all-purpose mayonnaise sauce, right? Damn, this is really good.
This shouldn't work so well.
So jiu cai hezi. Yes, it's the vegetarian one here, but I bet it's gonna be the most flavorful.
You think it's gonna be more flavorful than the fucking pastrami beef tongue? bro?
Because it's all aromatics. Chives, scallions, Chinese chives, the big garlic deep punchy ones, glass noodles. It doesn't need meat for it to be so intense.
it's so odd how well raclette plays on with chives. Because raclette is strong,
It's actually chive.
right? And then chives are also very strong.
Mortadella and pepperoncini. I love this. It's like an Italian breakfast sandwich, but with a scallion pancake. I love the pepperoncini, spicy, bright. It lightens up because this whole thing is so heavy otherwise, you know?
This is great. I still can't get over that jiu cai hezi one.
Shrimp cake.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite actually.
I love that. It's so delicious. It's subtle. It's really good with a sauce. So good. That's good. Bacon, egg, and cheese. A New York classic made Winsun style, Taiwanese American. This bacon is what this one needed. The bacon is the seasoning. It is low-key so perfect.
You can't really go wrong with bacon.
You really
and
can't.
cheese. Bacon and cheese normally doesn't have the crisp.
Yeah.
This is Winsun's answer to every single bodega in New York. Cultural statement, Taiwanese style. Taiwanese approved.
Pastrami beef tongue.
I think it's very adventurous, right?
I love beef tongue. I think beef tongue has that wonderful fatty quality. So when you sear it off, it still has fat to keep it nice and moist. I generally think tongue is one of the best cuts ever.
It's also expensive, deceivingly expensive at the store.
1 tongue per cow.
For me, it's the jiu cai.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that to me, that raclette really brings out all the best characters of the chives.
And again, I think a lot of people, when they think about dumplings or things like dumplings, they assume that the vegetarian ones are less flavorful. This, for me, is the highest amount of flavor out of everything here.
And I can honestly say, if I came to eat here, the other ones, I might need some tea, I might need some coffee, but this, I can scarf down in 2 minutes, no problem.
Starts off with a breakfast menu. Now we're gonna move into lunch. I am honestly stuffed.
It's way more food than I was promised.
Now we're in lunch. We're doing the lunch sandwiches. We have a little bit of wine in front of us also. This is a white wine from just outside Parma.
Should we just start with the fries and get it over with? No disrespect. Delicious fry.
Chili cumin. Smash burger. What do you see? White American cheese, shreddis,
Burger, soft and squishy.
milk buns. That's actually so good. I'm getting hungry now because I want a second bite. The bread and butter pickles they make here, nice and light, and they give it the acidity that I think, honestly, I was kind of hoping for in the scallion pancakes. It just like balances out the whole thing, wraps your palate around it. It's so good.
The bun is nice and airy.
3-cup chicken scallion wrap, sambeji.
I was a little bit taken aback to see another scallion pancake, I'm not gonna lie.
Chopped cheese,
with
classic
chicken,
New York bodega staple. Usually made with a hamburger patty that's chopped up with onions and peppers. This is made with sambeji, so 3-cup chicken, Taiwanese chicken dish. Chef was saying, cooks the chicken on the griddle, hammers it with the sambeji, the 3-cup marinade, which is
Soy sauce, rice wine, and
Sesame
oil. Dude, I was getting to it.
it's got that Italian sausage and peppers kind of situation. The sambe is more subtle than you think. Shrimp sandwich. Sorry.
Right side
I
up,
knew
man.
it was just gonna come.
You know how to eat a sandwich, bro?
I knew it was gonna come apart. It's thick.
Salinity from the sea, salinity from the pickles.
You can see the texture on the shrimp better than you could in the.
I think it's a thicker patty.
It is a thicker patty. It's also deep fried and crusted.
And you can see the farce. It's not too fine where it's like a paste. It's definitely still got chunks.
It's delicious. Good.
Winston Bakery, not skimping.
This is the chicken sandwich. The brine is furu, and
This is dark meat.
buttermilk. Looks like a burned out thigh. Good chicken sandwich. I don't taste the furu as much as I thought I would.
I mean, once you deep fry something, the fruit flavor is like, it becomes a little bit less apparent. You know what it reminds me of? In the highest possible way in terms of compliment goes, this sandwich reminds me of KFC in Taiwan. The crunch, the bread and butter pickle, the seasoning,
Oh yeah.
and the bun.
The vegetarian burger, which in this case is a turnip cake. Luobo gao.
Radish cake is
Starch, Chinese daikon, grated, steamed with starch, a little bit bouncy. Usually has some form of bacon or Chinese sausage in it. This one is vegetarian. This round, for me, I love the burger. I know it's kind of a boring, basic thing compared to all the other ones, but I do think the burger is great.
This round, I have to give it to the chopped cheese. There's just no comparison. I actually disagree with you. I think the 3-cup flavor comes through so much. And then it gets rounded at the very last second
The peppers.
with the peppers and the cheese.
Round 5, salads. Feels like a light round.
Let's do it with a Caesar.
And this is their white sesame Caesar. It's more acidic than most Caesar salad.
Also not as saucy. I think this is perfectly dressed. It's light.
Look.
It's a little bit more acidic.
It's not like sopping wet on the bottom.
Yeah, this is like a good fried rice, where there's not like excess oil and grease
Yeah.
just pooling on the bottom.
Snow pea leaves with edamame and tofu skin.
Okay, this might be my favorite thing here. Like,
So good.
when I drive by, I often have to fight the urge to get out the car and just
So-
buy a box of this and shovel it into
So
my face.
good. It's got that like
I dropped it in my mouth, so I'm entitled to one more. That was part of my bite. Very light, but still substantial. I mean, the tofu skin provides the meatiness to it and the edamame, but then like, as you can tell, it has a squish.
this is bancai, which is salad, I suppose is one translation, or mixed
Yeah.
vegetables.
It is of Dongbei origin.
In this case, this is peanuts, smashed cucumbers, red onions. Good. Classic Winsun flavor. Soy sauce, sugar, cilantro, scallions. This is the sleeper hit.
No question asked. Every single time I'm gonna order this. Even if I just get a coffee, I'm gonna be tempted to order this.
Small bites.
Let's
with a
go.
little bit of Taiwan beer. This is my favorite thing that I cannot resist here. This is fantuan. It's a wrap made of sticky rice. In the middle is crispy youtiao, and they put an egg in there, which is not super standard. One of the main flavorings in here is caipu, which is sun-dried daikon,
Turnips.
and also rosong, which is meat floss. It's in plastic wrap because that's how they shape.
Yeah, Japanese
Fine.
people have the bamboo thing where they roll the sushi.
Yeah.
We just use plastic
Plastic
wrap.
I have
You're
the
pork
non-vegetarian
floss.
one with pork floss.
All right. The youtiao is this breadstick. This one is fried 3 times to dark bronze to get rid of all of the moisture so that they can wrap it without it sogging up and provide the crisp that you need.
I don't think this is a very traditional fantuan.
Traditional fantuans would A, be bigger, B, would not have the egg inside, would wrap the egg on the outside, and it would be a much, much thicker layer of rice.
Yeah.
Because this is like a very economic breakfast. In Taiwan, you get it for like $1 or less.
Right. A lot of these breakfast items are originally Shanghainese in origin. They've become bigger and better since they made it to Taiwan. The vegetarian one?
So vegetarian is dougan instead of pork floss, right? Dougan is bean curd that's been braised, sometimes smoked. I don't think this one's smoked.
Good. I wouldn't think of bean curd as a substitute for pork floss. It's a different flavor profile, more soy.
Yeah, I really like how Wenwen executes their egg. Jammy, but then it's not runny, right? If it were to be runny, then it would kind of ruin the texture a little bit.
If it was too
It'd be
hard,
wet.
it wouldn't taste like a good egg.
It wouldn't be as tender. Good job. Turnip cake.
With the bacon and everything, the
Bacon
pickup
and
is a
shred.
deep fry.
See the shreds of turnip. It's actually really nice.
It's more turnipy than a regular turnip cake. Because most like daikon turnip cake, they add so much starch to it. It just becomes like a bouncy one piece of thing. And actually, this is a lot of work to make for one thing.
Yeah, because you gotta grate it, you gotta blanch it, you gotta
Stir fry it, you
fry
gotta
steam
set it, steam it, slice
chill
it,
it, slice it.
and then
Sear
cook it
it.
again. And then the last thing here, this is what they call 肉包.
It's more like a xianbei.
Sort of similar to a scallion pancake dough in that it's nice and stretchy. Fried it off with pork in the middle. Nice, good flavor in the middle. Typical suspects, ginger, soy sauce, cooking wine.
Good. Winners.
Fantuan.
I don't think there's any argument. Fantuan. Yeah.
I like the size.
I think sauce
I like
is
the
good.
crisp. I
Yeah.
like the egg.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Every single texture you want. I actually prefer the vegetarian one. I think
Yeah.
the vegetarian one has one added texture, but also I'm just not a very big fan of pork floss.
Yeah.
I think it's stringy and dry.
Yeah, it's better used as a seasoning than a main protein,
True.
definitely.
Our friendship is built on this bottle.
It really is. This is the totally incorrect vessel with which to drink baijiu.
This is,
Specifically gaoliang.
This is a heavy ounce, an ounce and a half.
The standard pour for this is half ounce. Fried chicken, soy glazed,
All right, Korean fried chicken at a Taiwanese bakery.
not as sweet as I expected. Sticky, glossy, perfectly toasted sesame seeds, dude. One of the things that's special about this type of fried chicken is that it needs to be fried to hold up that sauce. If it wasn't fried properly, we get soggy over time.
Good fried chicken.
Good fried chicken. 5 spice. Can you name the 5 spices?
I think clove, cinnamon, and anise are the
Must.
3 classics.
Yeah.
And then the other
Some
2
people
you
like
can
fennel,
kind of-
cumin, some people
you can
peppercorns.
swap out. Yeah. Cheers. Last bite. That's good, crisp. It's like a less salty Popeyes. That's a compliment because I love Popeyes.
For me,
Yeah.
my preference. This gloss is tasty, but you can taste the crunchiness of the batter more when it's fried and it's served dry.
That's true. It's not diluted by the sauce.
Yeah,
For me, I like this one better because this one tastes more like Popeyes.
yeah.
Yeah, very simple. How do you feel?
I feel surprisingly good. I felt horrible until baijiu.
I could visibly see you go up, you plateau, and then you plummeted. You're like the 2008 stock market crash, like 34 minutes in.
And who bailed me
You're
out?
just-
Who bailed me out? Baijiu.
typical gaoliang.
What I want to find out is number 1, what is a star item on the menu? I also want to know what is the thing that you have to come back for. What makes you want to come back? And the last one is the sleeper hit, the repeat, the regular. That's the one that if you don't eat through the whole menu like we did,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know about its existence.
Okay, so I think we should go from the bottom up. And I think
Yeah, we
from
agree.
the sleeper hit, we definitely agree.
Snow pea leaf salad.
Yeah.
Texturally amazing, nice and light, goes with literally everything else on the menu. It's just one of those things that is very, very Taiwanese and perfectly seasoned, perfectly light. What do we come back for?
I'll come back for the 3-cup chicken chopped cheese. That one shook me a little bit. It's a toss-up between that and the jiucai.
I just think it's so special because it's like a little bit of an improvement on the dough, a little bit of an addition of raclette cheese, all those different types of chives, aromatics. It feels like something that's very traditional that has been taken to the next level that can only exist here in East Williamsburg.
That's your one.
I would have said that originally, but I can see that as a repeat also because I bet When people actually come here normally, they're just gonna get a scallion pancake, maybe a bacon, egg, and cheese, or like pastrami or whatever it is, and they'll neglect the vegetarian version.
Yes.
And people wouldn't know that the vegetarian version is actually more flavorful and more interesting. I know that your star, your go-to, the one, is the peanut butter chocolate.
Oh yeah,
Twice baked roll
that's-
about.
I'm still thinking about it. Actually, after we wrap here, I'm gonna buy 5 to go, so I can bring it back home to my wife. I love Reese's peanut butter cups. And the fact that they put it into a croissant, that's also a bowl bao, is just layers of mind-blowing ability for me.
In the pastries, still for me, maybe it's because it's maybe the first thing I've ever eaten that Danielle made me is the mochi donut. We can't let that go. Mochi donut's not supposed to be good like that, but Danielle makes it delicious.
I'm not saying that Danielle doesn't make it delicious.
Yeah,
It is very delicious.
Superlatives are superlatives.
You're sticking to the classics.
You're the
Lucas.
guest. I think we'll leave it at that. Star, peanut butter chocolate.
Oh, you're giving it to me?
I'll give it to you every day.
Thank you.
Second, 韭菜盒子.
Yeah.
Third, snow pea shoot salad. Overall, we've been coming to Winson Bakery since they opened in 2019. We're still constantly surprised.
Yeah, every time I come back, it gets better and better. Newer things, better food, better ingredients. Now there's wine. I can't wait to come back soon-ish and not eat the entire menu.
I think we need a walk.
I
Or a
need
nap.
to sleep.
Or to leave.
Yeah.